Well, actually, when I was little, my dad had 2 horses, Dolly and I can't remember the other one's name. I think in 47 or 48 we bought a used G John Deere, and that was kind of the start of the mechanism. Like I said, he didn't. Well, actually, my grandparents came from Iowa to Minnesota, and they bought a farm. They had a half section just to the west of where we live now. And in the early days, back in the 40s and whatever, they actually produced everything they needed on the farm. So they had chickens and they had pigs, and you picked the eggs and you ate the chicken, and the pig, you got your lard for baking and whatever, and you had pork chops, and then you had the beef, and it's just changed. So people have left the farm because it's hard to make a living, and went to town and got a job, and they moved to town. So the places became deserted. And so now people cover thousands of acres compared to 100, or 200, 300. My dad owned a combine together with one of the neighbors, starting in about 52. In 66, I went in and bought a 55 John Deere with a 2-row corn head and a 13-foot platform. And then as time progressed, I got a little bigger combine, and then now we got a big combine, a harvester. But my dad, brother, and him didn't do a lot together. Anyway, today, I've got 3 sons farming with me. They have to work together. So, one's kind of in charge of the hogs, and someone else is in charge of something else. And they all have a job.
Essentially, you look back at your high school years, and I was like, I can't do this farming stuff. It's 7 days a week. I work every, you just. But what's interesting about it, it's part of you. So I left and I went out and got an education. I did 8 years of college and went out and worked and owned a business on my own, and came back because it's just part of you. You grow up out here, and it's not for everybody that grows up here, but a lot of us it becomes part of our life. It's who we are. It's what we did and what we do. Some days you wonder why. I joked with my equipment salesman one day. I said, I think it's a mental illness. We don't know any different. we are so passionate for what we do. Even if the challenges are extremely difficult, we continue to do it.
When you're a young bull, and you're kind of the liberal leaning, full charge ahead. You get old, you start getting a little more conservative. And I think it's much easier to work together because you can accomplish much more with 2 people than 1 person alone. Or 3 people, because you got somebody to do each job and makes it just flow along really good. Being able to work together can be a challenge, but it's the best way to do it. Because you can take one machine and do much more work with it than each person having their own machine. There's guys that are harvesting by themselves, so they got to drive their own truck into the elevator and whatever. It just kills the whole day. You don't accomplish anything.
Today, so all 3 of my father's sons are back on the farm. We continue to try to grow the farm and make good decisions to keep the farm here. So it's a pretty exciting time as we transition into this generation. And hopefully I have nieces or nephews that'll be interested in the future. So you interviewed my father earlier. He's in his later 70s, and he's out here every day in a tractor. And it's part of him. He will never, as long as he physically and mentally can be here, he will be here with us.
I'm 77, and I come to the farm every day. I do tillage and whatever, and the tillage this spring. What else would I do? I don't know how to keep house, and I don't golf, and I don't fish. So, might as well come to the farm and work.